science said man came from apes. Did it not?
That's when you go to the science. Every time I read or hear that, I think to myself, you just didn't read the same Bible I did.
Well, this was interesting, though. If that is true, why are there still apes? Think about it.
You know, now you're getting too smart for us.
No. Think about this. We have an evolution that is, we've gotten so intelligent that if that is true, why are there still apes? And then the conception of a baby. Let me tell you, science can't do that. They still trying to do it, but it can't because there had to be a God.
Herschel Walker dropping some knowledge there at the Hill Church. Because that whole evolution thing, why are there apes still here, Dave? What's going on with this guy? Anyway, in case you guys don't know, here's a little bit of science for Herschel. So humans did not evolve from apes as you see at the zoo. Crazy how that works. Rather, humans and apes have a common and now extinct ancestor that lived roughly 10 million years ago. And technically all humans are apes, but that doesn't mean that chimpanzees are one step away from becoming people. Walker's summary of the evolution is incorrect, and there's nothing incompatible about humans coexisting with other apes.
It's one thing to not know the answer, and I think that's fine. Like, you're not a dumb person if you didn't know why there are monkeys and humans at the same time. Like, there's a reason for that. It's okay you don't know. What's ignorant and stupid is for you to think that question hasn't already been answered. Like, that science hasn't already looked into this, and maybe there's an answer, and maybe you should read about it before claiming that you're the first one to discover it. Why are there chimpanzees and humans at the same time? Has no one realized this? Like, really? Like, you haven't thought maybe this is already answered? So it's just, again, it's hard to know if he actually believes this or if he's just trying to appeal to an audience. But it's sad either way.
Well, this is the thing, and like you were saying, there's many ways you can look this stuff up if you're curious, or if you have a belief system that there's stuff that I've thought up. I'm like, man, why is that? Well, if that's the case, because at least if you think about it, people investigate these things, people look into these things, scientists specifically, when you talk about how they can't create humans, God has to do that. Last I checked, sex does that. But after you create humans, if you want to know how it works, find out how it works. Read. So let's go to this third graphic here, you guys, because there is this linear process. It's not a linear process when it comes to evolution. So this idea of sharing a common ancestor leads to the second major misunderstanding, which is in this one question. That's what Dr. Willis says, that evolution is a linear process where one species evolves into another. In fact, evolution is really a branching process where one species can give rise to two or more species. Also, the fallacy of linear evolution is most clearly illustrated by the analogy of asking, how can I share common grandparents with my cousins if my cousins and my grandparents are still alive? That's what Dr. Willis also says, and it's a good way to put it. Actually, maybe they could determine that better. So also lastly, the answer is of course that your grandparents had more than one child and they each went off and started their own families, creating new branches of your own family tree, which then that's why many times you don't go off and find that family tree and procreate with them because that's too similar. Either way it goes, I don't think he believes it. Honestly, I don't think he believes anything he's saying. He's just kind of floating through the process.